for the rules to be fixed, the playing field to be level.
Who's Gary Gensler?
He's the chairman of the SEC. All right. Hey.
And you just said that on camera. This going viral.
Ape Nation, thank you for helping me pass 200 subscribers. If you haven't subscribed yet, hopefully I can earn it today. Good morning, Ape Nation. It is Friday, June 25th, 2021. And I'm going to kick off this morning talking about last night's interview. Charles Payne had Dave Portnoy on his show, and they were talking about diamond versus paper hands. And Portnoy took a little bit of offense to the fact that Charles Payne was calling him paper-handed. And, you know, I have to say, Dave Portnoy and me are from the same town, so he, you know, I grew up with Barstool. That was like the magazine or the newspaper that we used to read when we used to work in town. All the bartending people in the city would always read Barstool. So, you know, I have a little bit of loyalty to Portnoy, but I think in this case, my loyalty lies more with Charles Payne, and he called David Portnoy a little bitch right on live national television. And I think he's right, because Portnoy did act a little bitchy last night in the interview, but I also understand where he's coming from. So I want to break down the clips. And let me just say this first about Dave Portnoy, because the man raised over $12 million during the pandemic to help small businesses while Nancy Pelosi was busy shaking her head all over Wolf Blitz's set, telling everyone that the unemployment would be retroactive because they would not agree to let Trump have a check sent out with his signature on it. That was right around the time I got laid off from work. And guess what? We didn't get any retroactive unemployment, not a damn penny. So maybe that's where my loyalties lie with Dave over the establishment in this case. But let's roll the clip.
$100,000 to a guy like you, and when they put all of their money in, that you didn't have to sell, that you were the face of this movement, that when you gave up, you helped the establishment when they needed you most. I mean, why would you diss them now? Why would you call them names now? I mean,
all right, so Charles misspoke here just a little bit, because Portnoy back in January was kind of like the Meet Kevin of today. He jumped on the bandwagon after things were already in motion and GameStop was starting to skyrocket. So there is a little bit of misspoken truth here with Charles Payne. He really wasn't the face of the movement. He just kind of jumped on and was one of the first celebrities to get himself involved with the GameStop squeeze that happened back in January. So I'm going to give Dave the credit here, because he's right. He really wasn't. He was just a follower. He wasn't a leader. He was the Meet Kevin of January.
You know, Charles, you're being a naive fool. These people, these are Twitter eggs that you're listening to. The real people who have money in it and understand how it works, they're not the ones calling names. I'd love to see the bank accounts and the receipts of these people. And by the way, I don't know what they'd be mad at me for. I sold. If they held, they'd be rich. So what are they getting mad?
No, I think a lot of them did hold.
I sold it.
I think they were disappointed. They were just disappointed because they looked up to you. I'm not being a fool. I'm asking a legitimate question
here. To that. If you listen to what people say on social media, you'll never leave your mom's basement. Come on.
You didn't live up to what you were saying, that you helped create a movement, and at the first sign of danger, you were the one who blinked. And that's why they lost respect for you.
They closed trading, Charles.
All right, so here I got to take Dave's side too again, because he's right. Everyone got frustrated. They shut down the buy button on Robinhood and a couple other of the brokerage apps. Who the hell could have ever foreseen that coming? And that cost everyone everything back in the GameStop squeeze, right? That's what shut it down. If in late January I had a position in GameStop and they shut the buy button down on me on Robinhood, I would have lost my effing mind.
I didn't know they could do that. Do your research and see the sequence of events. I didn't start it. I joined it.
If you watch my show, I actually have chronicled this better than anyone else, and why it was wrong for Robinhood.
How is that
why it was wrong for Robinhood to close trading? Because not everyone sold AMC at $5.
Well, then
some people held on to it.
They wouldn't be complaining, would they?
Well, they might be complaining. Rich people
Why
complain
would
all the time. You're rich
you
and you
made
complain a
millions
lot.
of dollars because you held, and then you go make fun on Twitter of somebody you sold. That's not how it works. They're partying on their yachts.
Would you step up? Would you step up for these people, Dave, and try to help them
You're
now
making
get
no
these?
sense. You're being a moron.
I'm trying to. No, I'm not being. You're being a little bitch. Listen, would you step up for these people and go to Gary Gensler, and say, help change the rules?
I like that.
Would
You're getting
would you ask Gary Gensler to change the rules?
Social media is making a mockery of you right now.
Would you ask Gary Gensler to change the rules? Could you ask? Could you go to war for these people? Could you ask for the rules to be fixed, the playing field to be leveled?
Who's Gary Gensler?
He's the chairman of the SEC. All right. Hey, Dave, we'll leave it there, my man. We'll talk again soon.
Don't be a little.
And guys, let's be honest. Let's be honest and be happy that Dave Portnoy is not the leader of this movement. Because if at this point in the game he doesn't know who Gary Gensler is, that's a major problem. How can you possibly take leadership of a movement or a group of people trying to accomplish something if you don't even know who one of the key players in the game is? So my advice to anyone out there, be very careful. Obviously, I always say do your own due diligence. But Davey J Trader with SafeMoon and Dogecoin and all that other shit, be careful. Just be very careful. Take everything he says with a grain of salt, because he really doesn't know what's going on as far as the financial world. Just a quick check-in on the pre-market. Looks like we're down about a 0.5 percentage point in the pre-market on Friday morning. All right, guys, good luck today. I hope everyone has a great day, and I'll be back later on tonight with another video. This is Ape Nation. I'm the Massalorian, and I'm out.